Hello, testing, testing. Oh, hello. Hi, Pembu. Bam. Hello, hi everyone. Good morning, or afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Code with Yiben says, hi, 8-year-old here. Are you really 8 years old? That's crazy. Also, hello. Okay. I still don't know how to pronounce your name. Marisa? Marisa? With a long S? Marisa... Good luck with React. I am on Angular team. All right. Oh, Angular. I used to really want to learn Angular too, because I heard it was developed by Google. But yeah, anyways, we're here to learn React today. We're going to be following the Tic-Tac-Toe tutorial on their main documentation page. So for context, I'm mostly a backend engineer in my job, but I really want to learn front-end stuff. React is for building UI, like user interfaces, the front-end stuff, and it looks really fun. I really want to get into it and perhaps one day contribute more to the front end in my job, so that's why I'm doing this. Man, people have strong opinions in the chat. I don't like React at all that much. I'm liking Svelte though. What the heck is Svelte? React alternative? Svelte. Svelte is a free and open source component-based front-end software framework. Okay. It's for developing front-end UI stuff too. Uses a compiler to let you write breathtakingly concise components. Interesting. ChatGPT, what's the difference between Svelte and React? Svelte versus React. Okay. Svelte is a compiler rather than a traditional framework. Learning curve. React is a steeper learning curve. Svelte is apparently maybe gentler, I guess. Wait, Svelte outperforms React in terms of raw performance? Oh, interesting. Why aren't more people using this then? Yes, React is widely used in production. That's the case for me in my job. Being adopted for smaller and medium-sized apps, but it's still a newer option compared to React. The summary. So why doesn't everyone use Svelte? Is it just it's because it's newer? If you're just starting, Svelte might be easier to dive into, but if you're working on a large team or need a more established solution with broader set of tools, oh, okay. Maybe React has been around longer, so it has more tools and support related to it. React has momentum, but Svelte is gaining traction, I think. Okay. Interesting. I did not hear about Svelte until today. Well, I'm learning React though, because that's what my job uses. Okay, you ready guys? By the way, I had a really weird dream yesterday. Maybe I can talk about it at some milestone. Okay. Oh, tutorial Tic-Tac-Toe. You will build a small Tic-Tac-Toe game during this tutorial. This tutorial does not assume any existing React knowledge. That's perfect for me because I don't have any. Last time I tried that remix project that assumed React knowledge and I did really poorly on it. The techniques you'll learn in this tutorial are fundamental to building any React app, and fully understanding it will give you a deep understanding of React. Oh. Designed for people who prefer to learn by doing, that's me. The tutorial is divided into several sections, which are these. So, okay, in this tutorial, you'll build an interactive tic-tac-toe game with React. You can see what it will look like when you're finished here. Yeah. You can press buttons here, and XOs will appear there. Nobody can win now. Fantastic. Reset. What happens if winner? So yes, it has win detection, and it also has time travel. It saves the state of all the games, and you can like move back in time. Ooh. So could I have prevented this win on X? I could. Pretty cool. Now O wins. Okay, so yeah, we're building a tic-tac-toe game with a really crummy user interface, but it has time travel and save points and win detection. It's pretty cool. Okay. Setup for the tutorial. Click fork in the top right corner to open the editor in a new tab using the website Code Sandbox. Reminds me a bit of 5D chess. Oh. Does it? Is it the time travel component? Or the squares? I never played 5D chess before. Wait, I don't even know what 4D chess is. Okay, so they're asking me to fork this, which I've already done over here, so I will be able to follow along. The tic-tac-toe display is really small, by the way. Can y'all even see this fine? Pembu says, I played 5D chess yesterday even. Oh. 5D chess? How do the pieces even move? Is it those chess modes where it's like more than 2 players at once and the board is like... Oh wait, I think I've seen 5D chess. It's like when you move, there's like multiple copies of other boards, right? And they move in different ways. Okay, so I've already copied the code in the fork. They said that you could do this in a local development too. But I'm not going to do that because it's convenient to just do it in the web browser, all in one. Okay. Now that you're set up, let's get an overview of React inspecting the starter code. In Code Sandbox, you'll see 3 main sections. File sections, that part, code editor, that part, browser section, where you'll see how the code you've written will be displayed, which is that part, the part that displays the actual tic-tac-toe section. App.js file should be selected in the file section. Yeah, that's the code. Browser section has the tic-tac-toe preview. App.js is this. Styles.css has the styles. Index.js, you've created, you won't be editing this file during the tutorial, but it is the bridge between the component you created in the app.js file and the web browser. Okay, sure. Well, yeah, what does index.js do here? So it renders the app. What is the app? The app is, the app.js. Oh, the app is just exporting the square component here. Pembu says 5D chess with multiverse time travel. You have the regular board, but you can also move between boards in time. Oh, it's time travel. Got you. Okay, so that's interesting. So the index.js is like the main file, huh? From React Create mode. Okay, so these are all the imports. So apparently you don't even have to call your component a app in app.js. You can name it anything. And when you render app, it will just render the default export. Okay, very cool. Building the board. Let's get back to app.js. This is where you'll spend the rest of the tutorial, okay? Currently the board is only a single square, but you need 9. If you just try and copy and paste your square to make 2 squares like this, you'll get this error. They need multiple React components need to return a single JSX element. React components need to return a single JSX element and not multiple adjacent JSX elements, like 2 buttons. To fix this, you can use fragments to wrap multiple adjacent JSX elements like this. Oh, naruhodo. So I can do something like this. Return. Nice, okay. Okay, so I guess these are like invisible divs, I think. Code Adventures, I think it is better you learn it locally. That way you learn some commands like how to install packages. Yeah, maybe. I actually already have some experience with npm. But for the sake of, yeah, just convenience, I decided to use the browser thing. Let's see. So if I wanted to return 2 buttons, do I just do this? Very cool. Those are React fragments. Pembu says you can think of fragments like virtual containers, kind of like divs, but they don't render an element. Okay, so they're not actually like divs, huh? Virtual containers. Okay, so I guess they're like divs, but they don't render at all, huh? React.fragment. Oh. I see. So they don't render a new section at all. Now you should see this. Now you just need to copy and paste a few times to add 9 squares. And oh no, the squares are all in a single line, not in a grid like you need for our board. Yeah, this is a whole different game. To fix this, you'll need to group your squares into rows with divs and add some CSS classes. While you're at it, you'll give each square a number to make sure you know where each square is displayed. In the app.js file, update the square component to look like this. Okay, so now we're using real divs. Yeah, divs start a new line, right? As opposed to spans, I think. I think that's what my limited HTML knowledge tells me, and then we're saying it's a board row. Okay. So what we should do is add a new div here, and the div here. Div. Does that do anything? Okay, good. We'll make 3 boxes here. Did they tell us what to add in the boxes? Square, square, square. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Class name is board row. What if we don't add the... What is even board row? Oh, here, board row. Clear is both. Content is nothing. Displays table. No clue what that means. Let's see what happens if we just do 3 divs like that. Oh, it doesn't actually make a new line. Okay. Class name is equal to... I cannot type today. Board-row. Board-row. Oh. So the CSS style board-row actually gives us a new line. Okay, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see, Pembu said divs are block elements by default, yes, as opposed to spans, which are inline elements by default. Hey, I was right about that. So why did it not make a new row then? Like if I take out class name over here. Interesting. Very interesting. Square. ChatGPT, what does this board row thing do? I love ChatGPT for explaining code. What does this CSS do? Okay, clear both ensures that any floating elements within board row will not affect the layout. It forces board row to clear any left or right floats, any floating elements, floating images or divs, and you want to ensure the container like board row properly wraps around them. So this is not affecting, this is for, what even are floating elements? Floated images or divs, and you want to ensure that this container properly wraps around them. Maybe try playing with each of the singular properties. Default styling applied to divs to make it inline block or something. Oh. That is a good point. Where are the divs? Been a while since I've seen clear both low that was used before flexbox with float to left right. Do they style divs anywhere? They don't. Content. This is necessary after the after pseudo element to actually render. Okay. Display table. Ensuring that the board row elements behaves as a block level element. Oh. So display table. Oh, okay, so this is the one that makes it behave in a new line. Block level element. Display table. Okay. I'm gonna forget this in like 10 minutes, but that's what it does. Okay, so we got the 1 through 9 checkerboard now. This is so small. I've tried playing around with how I can make this bigger, but I don't think I can make it bigger. If I do Control Plus, it makes everything bigger. Yeah. Okay, we got the 1 through 9 board, but now you have a problem. Your component named Square really isn't a square anymore. Let's fix that by changing the name to board. Default function, board. That's kind of nice too because you can name your main component anything and app will just render it still. Okay. At this point, your code should look something like this. Yep. Pembu says, editor font size is in the settings. I wasn't talking about the font size. I was talking about how the Tic-Tac-Toe display is really small. Muddy sauce. This feels like me in school when I learned for a test. Not even 5 minutes after the test. Forget everything. That was me in school, to be honest. Did you unlock Ultra Instinct? Says Solaris. Oh, the new model. Haha. Ultra Instinct. If only it were true, then I would understand React. Hi Solaris, by the way. How you doing? Okay, passing data through props. Next, you'll want to change the value of a square from empty to X when the user clicks on the square. Yes, that's useful for a tic-tac-toe game. With how you've built the board so far, you will need to copy and paste the code that updates the square 9 times instead of copying and pasting. React's component architecture allows you to create a reusable component to avoid messy, duplicated code. Okay, so first we're going to make a pure square thing. From your board into a new square component. Okay, so we're making a individual square component now. Let's do this above here. Export function square, and we're just going to return a square like this, I guess. I assume because it's not default, the app doesn't render this by default. What if I put default here? Yeah, makes sense. Interesting. Okay, then you'll update the board component to render that square component using JSX syntax. So we just have a square thing. Oh, that's how you reference it, okay? Square, 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 9 times. I guess that is shorter code. Square, well, square. Okay, it works. Now to do this 9 times, and they promise that the copy and pasting will be over soon because we have represented it in a, well, its own component, I guess. Wait, I can just copy this. Bam. Well, bam. Okay, now we have all ones. Okay, let's take a look. It's all ones. Oh no, you lost the numbered squares you had before. So Solar says, when are we doing a coding battle on Code Forces? Oh yeah, I heard somewhere that Code Forces has React battles too, like React challenges. I might look into that because that's what I'm learning right now. That would be fun to do some React challenges once I actually learn React. So this is step 1. To fix this, you will use props to pass the value each square should have from the parent component board to its child square. Update the square component to read the value prop that you'll pass from the board. So we'll have a value here. Props you always wrap in a dictionary, huh? That's what I've heard. I guess it's actually passing a dictionary with the specified value into it. So, okay, so instead of 1, we'll display the value instead. Okay, so wrap in a dictionary, pass it in as a prop, and then we can use it here. And we'll get pure values, yay. I'm guessing we do something like value equals blah in the squares here. Return button, class name equals square. Value, yeah. Why am I seeing an empty board, by the way? Uh-oh. Oh, I know. I have to wrap it in this thing to tell it to actually evaluate the JavaScript, huh? Oh yeah, it told me to do that. Escape JavaScript, okay. And then we'll do value equals blah in the actual board. So value equals, what if I just do 1? Huh, very cool. Why didn't 1 work? Cannot assign to read-only property message of object. JSX value should either be an expression or a quoted JSX text. Oh, it can only be a string or an expression, whatever that is. Okay, boy. Okay, some more copying. There we go. Here, everyone gets a value. 3, 4, 5, 6. You get a value. You get a value. Everyone gets a value. Code event says value equals. Oh, you can do that too, huh? Like dictionary 1. Oh, wait. That makes sense because this takes a dictionary. You can type Alt plus down to copy current line below. Alt plus down. Oh, to move stuff down? That's kind of cool. Whoa. Does it work for like... Oh, that's so cool. Well, that's pretty cool. What happens if I did like... What? That's so cool. It actually predicted to move the thing out of the way. The ending, whatever these things are called, sharp parentheses. Okay, it's enough. Now you see the grid of numbers again. Yep, I do see that. Pembo VT says the object destructuring in the square definition, this thing, and the braces with the prop value are different things. Ven's example passes a number rather than the chat is cutting off. Wait, the chat is scrolling too fast. Cannot read it. I just copied the chat. Ven's example passes a number rather than a string as the value prop. The object destructuring the square definition and the braces for the prop value are different things. So in Ven's example, we pass a number in a dictionary, huh? The object destructuring the square definition. Wait, my understanding was that this is like, you must pass in a dictionary with value in it. Is that not what it does? Oh wait, that's destructuring the dictionary though. Wait, ChatGPT, explain this. Explain this function signature. Because my understanding was that you need to pass in a dictionary with value in it. Okay, this is an example of destructuring JavaScript. It means that the function is expecting an object to be passed in as a prop, and from that object it will extract the value property. Okay. Okay, yes. I guess objects are like dictionaries in JavaScript, huh? Okay, I'm trying to adjust my chat now because it went all wonky. You can also do value with, oh, interesting. So many options. My chat is collapsing, I don't know why. Okay, there we go, that's better. Okay, let me go back here. So apparently you can do, I guess this is like a, what did they call this? A JSX expression. You can pass a 23 in here. Oh yeah, what did they say here? JSX attributes must only be assigned a non-empty expression. So this is like an expression, I guess. Is it? I don't know. You can do a 1 here, do a string 1 here. You can also just straight up do a string. Interesting. You'll come across them later in the tutorial. Okay. Okay, making an interactive component. Let's fill the square component with an X when you click it. Declare a function called handleClick inside of the square, then add on click to the props of the button JSX element returned from the square. So we have a function handleClick, and then return button on click is equal to handleClick. So we wrap this in JavaScript. Well, this is a JavaScript escape thing too. So that makes sense because we're referencing the function, huh? Okay. So we do give them a little function handle click. And we just do console.log clicked, yay. And then onClick is equal to handle click. Button, class name, onClick is equal to, let's escape that, handle click. So if I click on one now, nothing pops up. File not opened in the editor. onClick. Oh wait, it's printing in the inspector, not, I was thinking in alert. In the console tab at the bottom of the browser. Is there a console tab here? Oh, here. Console. Oh. Can I clear this for now? Oh, there we go. Yay. It's clicking. Nice. I did it, boys. We added interactivity. Okay. Repeated console logs with the same message will not create more lines in the console. Instead, you will see an incrementing counter next to your first clicked log value. Log value, that seems different from console.log. React.ed. React.ed. We react. Oh, we reacted. God damn. Okay. As the next step, you want the square component to remember that it got clicked and fill it with an X mark. To remember things, components use state. React provides a special function called useState that you can call from your component. To let it remember things, let's store the current value of the square in state and change it when the square is clicked. Import useState at the top of the file. Remove the value prop from the square component. Instead, add a new line at the start of the square that calls useState. Have it return a state variable called value. Okay. Import useState from React. Import useState from React. Is React in lowercase? Oh, it's wrapped in quotes. Coming from Java, it's such a wonky import, and for Python too. So useState is this destructuring too? useState from package React. Okay. Function square. Okay, so you set up the useState over here. That's the value, that's the function to set the value, equals useState default value none. Okay. Constant. Do I wrap this in a list? Yeah, that's a list. Value, comma, set value is equal to useState no. Value, comma, set value. Cannot assign a read-only property message. Value. Function square. Oh, I see, I see. We have to take it out from here too. Identifier value has already been declared. So we remove it from here. It's actually destructuring. It's close enough to destructuring. I see. So it's kind of like we're expecting an object that contains useState in it, huh? Pembu says, no, the braces have a slightly different semantic under import statements. Man, there's so many uses of curly braces. Kind of confusing sometimes. Okay, we did this. Value stores the value, and set value is a function that can be used to change the value. Yes. The null passes to a useState is used as the initial value for the state variable, so value here starts off equal to null. Since the square component no longer accepts props anymore, you'll remove the value prop from all 9 of the square components created by the board component. Huh, I see. So no more use for props. So we did that for nothing. But I guess that was a good educational moment. Because now I know how to use props. And what the difference is to states. So props are basically just like variables that you can pass to components. I imagine states are like, I don't even know how to describe these. They have a value and a function to modify the value, and it's unique for every instance of square, I think. Now you'll change the square to display an X when clicked. Replace the console.log clicked event handler with setValue X. Now your square component looks like this. SetValue X. SetValue. SetValue X. Look at that, boys. We added interactivity. What does setValue do? Is it defined anywhere? Or is that just how you define the text for a component? ChatGPT, tell me please. What does this do in React? Oh, I'm dumb. We define it up here. Set value. It's the state function. Code then says it is import React from React here. React is an object that contains multiple hooks, and then you destructure it directly while importing. Okay, so yeah, this is an object with variable useState in it, I think. Props are like function arguments. Yeah, that makes sense. State is like internal variables. Yeah, that's a good way to think of it, I guess. So, yeah, because each square has its own value independent of other squares, right? So it is like it is like an internal variable in an object. And then props are things you pass into the function parameters here. Makes sense. By calling this set function from an onClick handler, you're telling React to re-render that square whenever its button is clicked. Okay. Each square has its own state. The value stored in each square is completely independent of others. Yes? When you call a set function in a component, React automatically updates the child component inside too. After you've made the above changes, your code will look like this. Okay. Cool. React Developer Tools. React Dev Tools lets you check the props and the state of your React components. You can find the React Dev Tools at the bottom of the browser section in the sandbox. Oh, it's next to the console. Wait, what are they talking about? Console is here. Problems, React Dev Tools. Console. They lied. Where is React Dev Tools? Application. To inspect a particular component on a screen, use the button in the top left corner of React DevTools. Use the button in the top left corner of React DevTools. React DevTools might be in the overflow menu. What is the overflow menu? Oh. Oh, hold on. Computed layout, DOM breakpoints. Maybe not. Well, it's okay. It's not the end of the world if I can't see it now. I can get it working later. Completing the game. We're not even halfway through this tutorial. Okay, lifting state up. Currently, each square component maintains a part of the game's state. Yeah? To check for a winner in a tic-tac-toe game, the board will need to somehow know the state of each of the 9 square components. Yeah? How would you approach that? At first, you might guess that the board needs to ask each square for that square state. But this code becomes difficult to understand, susceptible to bugs, and hard to refactor. Instead, the best approach is to store the game state in the parent board component instead of in each square. Alright, so they're doing the thing again where they're like, okay, we told you to do this, but it's actually useless for this application. But it's fine because you learned something. The board component can tell each square what to display by passing a prop. Okay, like you did when you passed a number to each square. I see. So we're storing all the information in the board component now in one single place, and then we're passing its values to the squares. To collect data from multiple children or to have 2 child components communicate with each other, declare the shared state in their parent component instead. Yeah, makes sense. The parent component can pass that state back down to the child via props. Okay. So you store the state in the parent instead it's what it's trying to say, and then you pass the state with props. This keeps the child components in sync with each other and with their parent. Edit the board component so that it declares a state variable named squares that defaults to an array of 9 nulls corresponding to 9 squares. Okay. Squares, set squares, use state, array 9.fill null. This is kind of like Java, but more confusing. Okay, the board. Where's the board? You need a state too. Constant squares, set squares is equal to use state, and we default to array 9.fill null. So basically an array of length 9, fill it with null. I guess JavaScript syntax. When you fill the board in later, the squares array will look like this in the future. Okay. Now your board component needs to pass the value prop down to each square that it renders. So squares 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. Square. Okay, we need another value thing then. Value is equal to squares 0. Okay, I'm gonna do the thing that you guys taught me. Alt down. That moves the original thing too. Is there a way to ChatGPT? So Alt down moves the current highlighted text down in VS Code. How to copy at the same time. Marisa says, I'm leaving now for personal reasons. Sorry. Oh, good. Thanks for hopping in. I appreciate it. Shift Alt down. Oh. Shift Alt down. Oh. Oh, wait. It doesn't do the highlighted thing, though. Shift Alt down. Is there a way to do Alt down, but also copy at the same time? That copies the entire thing. Okay, that's fine. I can copy it in. It's fine. Copy and pasting isn't that hard. Now we'll do the 1, the 2, 3, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, we only have 9 squares right now. What if we had like a whole chessboard, 64 squares? We probably need to do some list iteration instead of manually doing this. That'll be more convenient. And then I imagine we passed in the prop here again, like, what do we call this? Value. Let's see how they do it. Now you'll edit the squares component to receive the value prop value. Okay, yeah, so we remove this state completely. We pass in value here as a prop. Yeah, we do value here, right? Oh, what's it saying here? Cannot assign to read-only. JSX value should either be an expression or quoted. Oh. Oh. Oh, I had to wrap everything in dictionaries. No, more copying. Oh. Why is there so much copy and pasting? Is there a way to shortcut to wrap in curly braces? Nope, there's not. There's an extension. Okay. Dang it. Okay, let's start with the starting curly braces. And then the ending curly braces. Oh, there we go. At this point, you should see an empty tic-tac-toe board. Do we not even need a on-click anymore? Yeah, set value is not defined because the state is not there anymore. Handle click is no longer a thing. That doesn't make sense. Cool. Stuff works. Code with Ben says, Pembu, you're right. You mean about the destructuring thing here? Pembu says, too bad Vim has a plugin that surrounds the selected text in braces. That sounds like very nice to have. Cool. Each square will now receive a value prop that will be either x, 0, or null for empty squares. Next, you will need to change what happens when a square is clicked. So we add a onClick called onSquareClick. You'll add the onSquareClick function to the square component's props. Oh, interesting. Oh, we're passing in a function now. Interesting. So onClick is now equal to onSquareClick, the function. And then in the props, we'll pass in onSquareClick. Wait. Why is it printing the actual text? OnClick is equal to onSquareClick. Wait, what's going on? Oh! Holy, the wrong place. OnSquare. Did that do it? Oh, I see it. Holy, I'm so bad at identifying these places. There we go. Is equal to onSquareClick. Okay. That was kind of embarrassing. Okay. I got it. So we pass an onSquareClick function into props that we pass into square, and onClick is equal to the function. Next, you'll add the... yeah. Okay, what do we do next? Okay, so in the board section, in the actual squares that we return, onSquareClick is equal to handleClick, the function. Okay, so we do onSquareClick is equal to, what did they call the function? HandleClick. HandleClick. Yeah. Lastly, you define the handleClick function. HandleClick is equal to next squares is equal to square.slice. Next squares 0 is equal to x set squares next squares. Squares.slice. Does this make a new copy of it? Creates a copy of the squares array. Oh, okay. Updates the next square array to add x to the first one. Okay, so it's pretty bare bones right now. And then you set squares as next squares. Okay. Use Alt plus click the location where to insert a cursor, and you will have multiple cursors. Oh. 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 Oh my goodness, that's useful. Thank you. Hi, Ben. Nice, that's really useful. Thank you. HandleClick. Function handleClick is equal to first next squares is equal to squares dot slice. I think that's how they made the copy. Yeah, and then we set the first one to an x. Next squares 0 is equal to x. And then we set squares equal to squares. I hope I did that right. Next squares is equal to squares of slice. 0 is equal to x. Set squares. I think I did it. Okay. No. What are they complaining about? Set squares is equal. Oh, I know it. Set squares. Next squares. There we go. Oh. We did it, boys. We added interactivity. The handle click function creates a copy of squares with the JavaScript slice. Calling the setSquares method function lets React know the state of the component has changed. This will trigger re-render. Okay. Okay, so I guess we were talking about how props and states were like, props are like parameter variables, right? And then states are like internal variables. So I guess the difference between them and internal variables and parameters are that when they change, React does a re-render. Is that the actual difference? I think that makes sense. Now you can add access to the board, but only to the upper left square, yeah. Your handle click function is hard-coded to update the index for the upper left square 0. Let's update handle click to be able to update any square. Add an argument I to the handle click function that takes the index of the square to update. I see. Ooh, okay. Handle click takes I, and then we'll take the I thing in the list and turn it into something. Changing props and changing state will both trigger a re-render of the component. Yes. Yeah, so we were saying that states are like internal variables, right? And props are like parameter variables. So parameter variables and internal variables don't actually cause re-renders, right? Only props and states will cause re-renders. Okay, I guess that's why these exist then. Next, you will need to pass that I to handle click. You could try to set the on-square click prop of square to be handle click 0 directly in the JSX like this, but it won't work. Handle click 0. Why will this not work? Here's why this doesn't work. The handle click 0 call will be a part of rendering the board component. Because handle click 0 alters the state of the board component by calling set squares. Oh, because you're calling it directly in here, it evaluates it immediately. Your entire board component will be re-rendered again, but this runs handle click again 0, leading to infinite loop. Oh. Right, we were passing in a pointer to a function instead of a function call. However, defining 9 different functions, giving each of them a name is too verbose, yeah. Instead, do this. So we have a function. Okay, this is a lambda, isn't it? So we have a function with no parameters, which maps to handle click 0. Got you, okay. That makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna try the trick that that Ven taught me. Bam. 4, 5. Wow, I can type infinitely now. Whoa, square click is equal to lambda that maps to handle click with some variable passed in. Let's call this 1 for now. That's crazy, what a hack. Whoa, I like this hack. That's so nice. Thanks, Ven. 5, 6, 7, 8. Zero. We call those arrow functions in JS. That's JavaScript's lambda, yes. We call those arrow functions in JS, specifically the expression form. The expression form. Oh, hey, look! We have x's. We can put x's anywhere. Very cool. Progress. Now you can again add x's to any square on the board by clicking on them. But this time, all the state management is handled by the board component. This is what your code should look like. Yeah, so board has a state with a list of numbers representing the squares. Handle click takes in an index and updates the square on that index with x. And every square has value corresponding to their index in the squares list. On square click returns a function that triggers handle click and whatever index they are. Very cool. Okay. Should we stop here for today? We're more than halfway through. Or we can just take a break right now and continue later. Okay. I think I might take a break right now and see how I feel in like 5 minutes. Maybe I'll continue, maybe I won't. Oh, let me take a mental break. But yeah, I had a really weird dream last night. It involved Mr. Beast, Squid Game, Moist Critical, and Among Us, kind of. What a strange mismatch or mishmash. Yeah, that dream was really weird. I just woke up like 2 hours ago. For some reason in the dream, I was being chased by the Squid Game guards, and they were being led by Mr. Beast. I guess he was filming a video or whatever, but they were trying to kill me for real with guns. Anyways, I ran into some park where there was like groups of people, many groups of people on the grass. And then I randomly joined a random group of people. I think they were like on a field trip or whatever. And the guards and Mr. Beast weren't at the park yet, so I was able to sneak into a group. They were like, Mr. Beast and his Squid Game guards came in, and they started like interrogating all the groups of people on the grass, and it became kind of like a Among Us situation where they were trying to find me among all the normal people in the park. I remember they like narrowed down the group that I was in, and then they started interrogating people like, okay, do you know that guy's name? Are you actually friends? And at one point they actually interrogated me. They were like asking me, do you know your friend's name? Do you know what his name is? And I was like, I've never seen that person before, literally. And then they shot the other person. Holy crap. They're like, we found the imposter. I think they thought that, they still thought I was alive though somewhere. They just didn't think it was me. Oh yeah, and when they were talking to me, I put on a disguise voice when I was answering their questions. I put on a Moist Critical voice. It's like, hey everyone, I'm Moist Critical. The impression was much better in the dream. How does Moist Critical speak? You know, like, hey everyone, Moist Critical here. The new Baldur's Gate 3 is crazy. Yeah, I'm here to talk about the new police chase that happened recently. That police chase was longer than standing in line at Starbucks on a Monday. He always does really weird analogies. Well, anyways, they started playing a game with us, like a Squid Game style game with us later to try to figure out who the imposter is. By now, I've already lost all logic in the dream. I don't know what's going on anymore. We're playing some sort of game. I don't even remember what the game was. I remember we had a bunch of like tiny boomerangs on the ground and we had to pick them up somehow. And I accidentally moved a boomerang that I wasn't supposed to move, whatever, because I didn't understand the game. And then they started shooting at me. But at this moment, I somehow developed like have you guys played the game? Well, I forgot what it's called. There's this game with lots of red people. They shoot guns at you, they shoot bullets at you, and you can slow down time. And oh, super hot game. Yeah, this game, it became like super hot. I could slow down time, I could dodge the bullets, and it was better than super hot too, because when I slow down time, I could actually like touch the bullets and change their trajectory. I can grab the bullets in midair and rotate them and be like, okay, you're going this way now, and direct them back at the guards. It was awesome. What a dream. I've seen people play super hot. I haven't played it myself, says Pembu. Oh yeah, I've only seen streamers play it too. I have not played it myself. It seems like a fun game. There used to be a 2D version too, which was super popular. I played it online too. Yeah, there used to be a top-down shooter. Super hot game. 2D, top-down. Someone made a Baba Is You and Super Hot crossover. Wait, what was that 2D one called? What is the game called? That is like Super Hot, but 2D and top down. Hotline Miami. Are you sure it's Hotline Miami game? Is it free to play online? I don't think it's this. It used to be free online. No, it's supposed to be free to play online. Time clickers. Oh, Super Hot the game. But yeah, anyways, the dream, it was like time clickers. Yeah, not what I'm looking for. If I type game player, slow down time, shoot people, that's just gonna take me to Super Hot, right? Time Shooter 2. Yeah, oh, it gives me a Super Hot. Well, anyways, I'll find it in my own time. Yeah, what a weird dream. Crazy mashup of Mr. Beast, Squid Game, Moist Critical, Super Hot. I don't remember much about what happened before. There was like a storyline that happened even before that started the chase. I vaguely remember me riding on an electric scooter. And also, I think my dream brain was confusing the Jabberwockies with the guards. Jabberwockies. Yeah, my brain confused the Jabberwockies. They look kind of similar, right? The Jabberwockies with the guards from Squid Game. So the Squid Game guards were like dancing on stage. Or maybe they were the Jabberwockies in the beginning, but they slowly morphed into the Squid Game guards. Squid Game guards. See, they look kind of similar. Well, not really. The colors are similar, I guess. Jabberwockies look kind of... Well, Jabberwockies act kind of cute sometimes. So I guess that's why I associate them with like cuteness. But if they were running the Squid Games, I guess they would be pretty intimidating too. I don't know. Do you guys think this mask is scarier or the Squid Game mask? I think I'm so biased now. I think Squid Game mask is more terrifying because what it represents. Who knows? Maybe if I have not watched the TV show, I might not think it's scary. This might be scary. That's the hacker mask, isn't it? Oh well. Yeah, that's kind of it with that dream. It was very fun. What other stuff is going on? Depends on who's running towards you. You know what? I think if I didn't know the context of where these masks are from, I would think the Jabberwocky's mask is scarier. That is like almost human face. This could be used in like a horror film or dance. You don't know anything. Yeah, both are scary actually. The circle guards are kind of cute though. They do the whole, yeah, you got it right, circle. Squid Game guards. Yeah, they do this whole thing. Oh, not this thing. That's not cute. The past. The ding ding ding. Circle cards. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if I should be saying this, but there's been drama at work this week. My two bosses are arguing. I kind of have two bosses. One is the actual... I work at a startup, right? One is like the CEO. Well, they're both co-founders of the company, basically. They've been arguing this week whether the company is ready to go public or not. The arguments got pretty intense. One of them thinks the product is ready and good enough to release. The other one does not think so. So they're like, it's kind of almost terrifying to see them argue too. They have very different personalities. One of them is like really quiet and like he's like quietly very charismatic, I guess. The other one is like a smooth talker. He's good at talking and using big words. He's just very smooth with words, I guess. So when they argue, it's like the smooth talker is like talking for a really long time, very smoothly. And then the quiet one would be like, you're wrong. And then their voices get louder and louder. Ooh, it's kind of stressful. But you don't just respond to someone with, you're wrong. You gotta explain yourself. And then, yeah, they started using some intense language. Intense as in like, I don't want to have to waste time explaining to you why I think that, stuff like that. It was not that great communication, I think. At one point they went into like a room and they were like arguing still, but you can hear them from outside because they were talking pretty loudly. And then twice they were like, okay, let's take this outside. And they went outside the building and started talking. It's like hearing your parents argue. It's like, no, Jiro, let's not do this in front of the kids. Let's take this into the room, or let's do this outside. Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird time to be in the office right now. What else is going on? Yeah, my project is going okay. The one related to SQL, which is why I was doing SQL the past 2 streams. Yeah, that's kind of the highlights of work this week. I don't know what else to say. I had a conversation with a coworker about the NBA, which was kind of fun, I guess. We talked about how Wemby was out for the entire season now because he got a blood clot, and how perhaps the Warriors have maybe a chance now, maybe, because they have Jimmy Butler now. I don't know how many of you watch the NBA. But yeah, that was a neat conversation. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna hop off now. Thanks everyone for joining. I appreciate. Thanks for all the React tips too. The alt thing was really useful. The you can click here and then here and then here. And say like, hi Penbu. Whatever. Penbu says I don't watch any sports myself. Yeah. Let's see. I don't watch the actual games most of the time nowadays, actually. I just watch highlights on Reddit. And sometimes I catch up with the actual games. Good progress today. Well, yeah. Excuse me. Last time I did the React tutorial, we spent like 3 streams doing it. We're like halfway through. Hopefully I don't jinx it. Knock on wood, knock on wood. But yeah, hopefully we'll continue this next time and we'll finish it. I'm learning a lot. I like this. Alright. See you guys next time. Hopefully my bosses get along with each other more. The company doesn't explode. Alright. Bye guys. See you next week. Or maybe tomorrow, who knows. Circuit Breaker and I are trying something. Alright, bye. Thank you. See you. Pambu says, keep us updated. Yes, I'll keep you updated with workplace drama. Hopefully the company will be okay.